I think as far as the reinsurance goes, I don't know how many, a lot of people didn't seem to know what happened about a month ago. Is everybody familiar with Demotech, the rating service? So Demotech, or the guy who runs it is Joe Petrelli. Basically, he threatened to downgrade 17 of our carriers from an A to an S. Now, what's S? S is essentially a B. So not a big deal, unless Fannie and Freddie won't take that insurance anymore. So anybody has a mortgage on their home, which we had a lot with UPC recently, and they got downgraded, they're getting a letter saying you have to go out and find new insurance. Well, that would have dumped about a few million policies on the market and made it virtually impossible for any of us to sell real estate in the state of Florida. So the governor came in at the last second, actually a couple days after the last second. I think he came out on Thursday, and they were supposed to be downgraded on Tuesday. So they got him to waylay, and what the governor said was, we're going to use Citizens, which is for your personal insurance, as a reinsurance company. And what that would have done was that would have satisfied Fannie and Freddie and make it okay. So all the lenders would have taken those insurance policies. So we averted disaster with that. Now DeSantis, whatever your politics are, but if he gets elected, there's going to be what seems like an immediate session or emergency session right after the November election. And what they're going to try to do there is get rid of or add ACV, or actual cash value, to the roofs. So instead of getting a new replacement roof, you'll get depreciated value like other things, and that'll allow the carriers to do that. The big one they're going for is to get rid of paying for the lawyers' fees for the Morgan fees, essentially, the other side. The previous round of legislation got rid of the multiplier. So, for instance, if there was a $10,000 claim and they got $11,000, then the insurance company would have to pay the attorney's fees times 2.5%. Well, that last round of legislation got rid of that. Now they're trying to get rid of the attorney's fees altogether. The 2.5% will help, but as far as a price decrease coming in the next 12 months, it's not going to happen. If that stuff makes it through legislation in an emergency session, that's DeSantis getting elected, emergency session, and that stuff gets through, and no storms, 18 months, probably 2 years, I would say. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
Me too. That's
in addition to what Jason was saying is what we've got to look at is that insurance companies buy reinsurance, right? Every single year they have to do reinsurance, and there's reinsurance costs. Those reinsurance costs have been told by me by carriers have increased over 30%. Now, okay, there's where rates are also coming through. So in regards to why is your rate increases, because of all the litigation that's going on. Also is reinsurance costs get trickled down to the policyholder as well too. And that's another reason why too premiums are going to keep on increasing too. I mean, reinsurance is looking at the whole entire world. Things that are happening across the country are affecting reinsurance companies, and that gets spread throughout everybody else. Of course, insurance is a pool of risk, so it might have not happened here, but it happened in a different state, and it's affecting everybody because